Hello, Maurieo. Live, number 6. 4th of June, 2017, AMA. Ask me anything. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to my number 6 live streaming on YouTube. I'll see I've got one watcher there, so please let me ask me a question or whatever it is you want to know. I'm more than happy to open them. Perhaps yes, we just might go from the current slide. Yes, and I'll. Oh, that's the current slide there. So what I'll do is I'll just go back to my big screen here and just tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm married. Been married since 1980. So I've been married 37 years to the same person actually. Just the one wife, and we have 4 children. The youngest is 24, so they're adult children. I'm a land surveyor. I've been a land surveyor since I was since the early 70s, working in that particular field. I did take a little time off, 10 years off, to do some school teaching, teaching maths and computer studies and a bit of science. So got a fair bit of experience in a number of areas. I currently obviously do the surveying. I teach maths and CAD and 12D model, which is a civil engineering modelling package, which is used also for the surveying and design of roads and subdivisions, stormwater design, all that sort of thing. So it's a pretty powerful project that's used down here in New Zealand and Australia, or Oceania, as it's sometimes called. So so that's a little bit about me, and I look a little bit like this. So I'm just just here waiting for your questions. I'm just going to check that I've got my numbering right. I thought I had it all right, but obviously that's not the case. So I'll just go and have a bit of a check up here and make sure I have got my numbering okay there. It all came as a bit of a hiss and a roar, but we'll see how we go. So all right, so I'll just go to my video manager here. Yes, it is number 6, so that's correct. I've finally got that right. The one I'm back at 5 there. Okay, so that's my old ones. That's my PowerPoint here, and this is the one I should be having here. Yes. So I've got everything right there in the end. So that's all very good. So please, just got that one watcher there. If you'd like to make a comment or to ask a question, by all means, that would be excellent. So what I think I'll do now is I'll just do a bit of a get onto the internet maybe and just do a bit of a run through some news sites and give my views and comments on things that I am familiar with, unless of course I get a bit of a question in which I can break down things and have a look at the questions. So I'll probably go for half an hour, and then if I'm not getting any response after that time, well, I'll give it away and try again another day. So yep, let's see how we go. So we drop down here, and I could let's maybe start with a little bit of a look at my YouTube channel, and I could sort of point out some of the things that I do. So let's transition across to there. So this is my YouTube channel right here, and as you can see, I've got 157 subscribers and 54,000 views for my videos. I've got a few things that I do. Currently, I'm doing a daily vlog, which is 140 seconds. I chose 140 seconds because, as you're probably aware, it lines up with the 140 characters of Twitter. And I was initially putting my vlog on Twitter, where it would only allow 140 seconds of video material. However, after doing a bit of reading, and I really want to just keep everything on YouTube and keep a record of my subscribers and view numbers and that sort of thing, I decided just to put links onto Twitter and YouTube, and so the 140 seconds in that regard became a little bit irrelevant. But I still stuck with the name, obviously, because that's what I started with. So I'm thinking in the next couple of days, probably for my 50th episode, or my 50th vlog, of maybe changing up the rules a little bit and making the 140 still trying to stick around that, but not quite as concrete, and also in some instances maybe going to a double episode. So instead of 2 minutes 20, maybe go to 4 minutes 45 minutes in some situations to cover some things. So yeah, that's my my daily vlog at the moment. I'm up to number 46, so I've done it for 46 consecutive days. I really enjoy doing it. I find the challenge of trying to come up with something different each day really really challenging, but quite rewarding. And I find myself travelling around. I don't range very far from Narrawahia, Hamilton area. So I gotta try and come up with new and different things and different ways of putting my vlog across. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a inset of me in there. I reluctantly wasn't doing that right from the start because I was eating a banana. Sort of the time came up a little bit quicker. I was in the middle of making a cup of tea to have while I was doing my live stream, and I checked the clock and found out that it had started already, so I decided against that. So yeah, that's my daily vlog. And another one that I've been doing for quite some time now is web crap of the week. So this is my, it's a sort of a series I do on a Friday night usually, or I have up to now. And what I do with web crap of the week is during the week as I encounter my Facebook, I look through various blogs and things such as that. I get all the little pictures and graphics and things like that and store them away. And then that enables me at the end of the week to put generally about 5 or 6 of them together and to make a little video, and I go through and discuss them, and you know they're quite a humorous, quite light-hearted. That's at the end of the week, so that's quite good. I've got a few from time to time people send me stuff, my viewers, so I try to include that in my web crap of the week. And I have a young grandson in the United States, and who I haven't seen yet, and he's well, he's only 6 months old, but he has obviously you know, he sends me little things and makes little comments. Well, his agents do. So I have a little page for him called Isaac the Kids page. And then I have a little opening start with a can opening, and then my daughter and her partner made a little ditty, or a little lead in, which I have used as well. So yeah, that pops out every now and again. And now I've started doing these live streams. I mostly started doing them. I'm a tutor, so I mostly started doing them as a means, or just exploring a means of catching up with students and things like that, just to, you know, see how they're going, and the opportunity for them to ask questions or catch me at times outside the scheduled time of the schooling there. So that's they're my sort of, there's a couple of other ones I do here. Mince Pie Diaries. I've always been a big fan of the New Zealand pie. So from time to time I will go to a place and buy a pie and do an evaluation of the pie, and do a little video on that. So far I've managed to do one mince pie. And I went to one shop and they didn't have mince pies, so I might be able to do one there on Monday actually, a mince pie diary. So I did a bacon and egg pie instead, but that's it. And then I've also started down here a little one for longer vlogs where I might want to do, well, I've got 8 minutes there, 8-minute sort of vlogs. So they're longer sort of type subjects where I might take a more interesting look or view of a particular thing there. So yeah, that's in there. And then I have various other ones or courses that I run as part of my teaching. So this is my Land Surveying 1 course. So these are the introductions that I have for my students before, well, there's certainly my introduction to each session that I have. I'm not a great believer in the lecture style, well, in some cases anyway, and so I don't lecture a lot, but I usually just give an introduction, introduce some concepts or some key points. And I actually pre-record these before I go to class. So my students can review them, or they can have a bit of a look at things and what have you. So it gives everyone a number of options, because usually they're based on like a PowerPoint. So I can, the students can go through the PowerPoint. I can actually, we use a learning management system called Moodle. So I have the PowerPoint up on Moodle, and it's actually, I use it by accessing it via Moodle. So it gives me a number of options, or the students a number of options. I can come in and just use the same PowerPoint and speak to it, or I can, the students can watch the video, or in some cases they just have attended the lecture but just want to refresh their memory by looking at the PowerPoint. So it gives a number of options. I have then a series of, these are little, some playlists, and there's a step-by-step guide. This one here is a step-by-step guide for a cul-de-sac, the drawing of a cul-de-sac, drawing and design of a cul-de-sac for my students, that they can have a look at. So it's a series of videos that they can follow through and do the design of a cul-de-sac, which produces a set of plans for them. So there's that one there. So I have a number of these. I find these are pretty helpful in a number of ways. First of all, I think it's always helpful to have done the assessment that your students are doing, and it's always and it means that I know what I'm doing. So this is one here, cul-de-sac design, subdivision design, is one where we actually design a subdivision. This one's a bit of a work in progress. I've got up to the point, I think, where I've done the road, got the roading complete, and I need to then start looking at the infrastructure. So it's a reticulated subdivision, so we need to be looking at stormwater, wastewater and water reticulation for plans and things. So this should give them a full set of working drawings, a full set of working drawings for the design of a subdivision, which is usually a cul-de-sac or something of that nature. So I have a lot of little courses or such that I put into my playlists, or what I call my playlists. So I've had one watcher all the time, but I don't seem to be getting any questions or anything like that. So it's 2 in the morning here in New Zealand. I just thought I might sort of get a little bit of international interest. So that's not the case, but we'll go for another 10 minutes or so and see what happens. It's always good to have the little live stream there. Anyone that's interested in maybe talking to me, by all means send me a little, you could send me a note or something of that nature, that you wanted to do a YouTube live stream, or I could maybe Skype as well. I'm sort of can do that, so have no problems with that. So always open to help and talk to people. That's what I like to do. So these are some of my other playlists that I've put up, which tell you a little bit more about me, perhaps, and my YouTube channel and what I get up to. This is I'm looking at is slot cars that are powered by bicycles for one of our open days, because we teach in our course, our National Diploma in Engineering, we teach civil engineering, mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. So something like a pedal powered slot car would be very useful for open days. and we have open days where school students or potential students come in. So something like a pedal powered slot car racing type track would be very good. My current thinking is I want to go drag racing, maybe have 2 or 3 probably pedal powered tracks, so students could race each other out together, have a bit of a a competition going there. This one here, oh yeah, how to GPS. Yeah, that's I've just been putting some. I have a Trimble R10 GPS unit available to me, which I use for my students. So I've put together some videos on how to use that and get the data out of it in the situation that we're in. So that's yeah, always interesting. We don't necessarily have all the software that we can connect up directly to the between the GPS unit, the data recorders, and our software. So I use a CSV file and a style sheet to enable me to get stuff out. These are a playlist of my live videos. Team-based learning. We work in a team-based learning environment, or conducive to that. So that's just a little bit of research I'm doing on that. Popsicle stick and paper bridges. I have a class that is doing there's students that go to one of the local high schools, but they come into us and we're giving them a taste of civil engineering or engineering in general, and I'm covering off civil engineering. So at the moment, with one of the classes I have, I'm looking at building popsicle stick bridges and testing them to destruction. So that's what that's all about. Earthquakes. One of my projects just recently was to we created a shake table, and I think I've got a playlist on the shake table. So yeah, that we had that going at an open day, and I used this earthquake playlist to run in the background as a sort of on a screen to there to just support that there in the background. This is how to use Excel. I think Excel, I tell my students anyway, that Excel is one of the most used programs in engineering, one way or another. So I've created a number of different a playlist there. Well, here's my research on Excel games, and I'm trying to work out some games as a way to show students how to make games in Excel, and that will teach them how to use Excel. So that's what I've been working with. I've made tic-tac-toe, a pair of rolling die, some a lotto, choosing the lotto numbers and what have you. And I've written, I've got little videos that show them how to do these things, and along the way they pick up a few Excel skills. I seem to have got something here on hydraulics. I can't actually remember what that is. I find YouTube very useful or playlists in particular, very useful research tool. So what I do is, I'm quite enjoying this, even though I've only got one watcher. So I'm going to carry on. It gives me a record of what I do. So we'll see how it goes. Really would appreciate if you are watching. I'm never too sure about this. If you could send a note or say something, that would be pretty awesome, actually. But anyway, I'm going to carry on. this is a little playlist of one of my larger vlogs here. So as I was saying, I use the playlists as a means of just saving videos for research purposes and what have you. So yeah, I find it very good. I quite like it. So yeah, so we've got 30 more at a minute each. Okay, so there's the pedal power, how to GPS, earthquakes, how to use Excel, hydraulics, yeah, just a video on GPS. There, Mince Pie's Diaries, we've done 30 seconds. My TED Talk, so when I find a TED Talk I like, I put that up. Engineering Design Process, again, that's research videos and videos I learn, put on my learning site. Balloon powered cars, that's another little thing I've been doing with my integrated pathway students who are coming from the high school. We did some balloon powered cars and erased them. The YWCA retaining wall project is a project that some of our students are working on, so I went on site and helped them a little bit with their surveying, and took a couple of videos on site along the way. Math quiz reviews, every week in math we have a little quiz, and so I do a review of the quiz so that students can review their answers and move ahead with that, put that into a playlist. The individual quizzes are on the learning management system in the right place. Robot Wars, again with our integrated pathways, they actually have a project where they're working on a robot. So I did a bit of bit of research on Robot Wars and what we're doing. I think currently I'm not exactly in the field, but well, in control of it, should we say. But I think they're going to do some form of using the sumo as the basis. So we'll put a circle on the floor, and then the robot cars, six-wheel drive cars, have to knock themselves out. So there's a number of things here that are related to that whole thing here. Lithium-ion batteries, I'm always dealing with batteries as a surveyor, so I might have done a little bit of research there or had something in mind, I'm not sure. Crafts, yeah, just general interest. Perhaps I should go around and purge some of these. Abbott and Costello, yeah, there's a few. The one about the adding everything up, one there, I think I was going to have that for one of my maths classes. Racetrack design, again, that comes back to the integrated pathways, roadway things, and as does the silicone moulding, the HDPE plastic, as we started to look at body and body moulding and things like that for their cars. The drill powered is something that just came up. I've got interested in. It's a sort of back burner issue. You'll see here the shake table was drill powered as well, so possibly came out of that, and the model roll cages. So I've got a few more. Yeah, model car bodies again. Part of that was that they had to pick up a Coca-Cola can, so I've done a little bit about the Coca-Cola can. Quite interesting, well worth a watch that. Crap News Network is another thing, is when I find stupid things in the news, I make a sort of video about it. So I've done a couple so far, so it's just a little thing I use from time to time. And the diagnostic test in maths, we did a diagnostic test, so I did a review of that. It was quite a considerable test there, so yeah, got it. Moving along. Interesting. Yeah, put a sometimes I find things in there that don't really fit anywhere, so I put them in interesting. Concrete tabletops, no videos in there, but I always have an interest in concrete tabletops. Vehicle testing, again, that relates back to the integrated pathways and the civil engineering, of course, as well. The garden project, oh yes, the garden project, I had big plans for that, and that again is using Excel as a project management tool, and I started down the track, but unfortunately the gardening we got put on the back burner, as did the garden project, so we might have to revisit that. There's my big vlogs there. The vlog, that's my burn barrel. I don't think I've maybe added the other one to that, which I could do. Google Drive 2016. Now that's just a collection of videos on Google Drive and robots, Excel dashboards, project management, just a bit of research, filming with the smartphone. These are all things I've had. Vlogging camera, the best vlogging camera. Working on that. I've got one there, reference, I don't quite know. Radio controlled cars. And this is the robot that the students are using. Subdivision design. Basic 2D CAD. There's a series of videos that takes students through the drawing of a house. From woe to go in 58 videos, and in the process they learn how to do CAD. So that would take a student who has no knowledge of CAD whatsoever. We put them in front of a AutoCAD, a computer with AutoCAD on it, and with the quite large screens, and they have half the screen of CAD and half the screen of my videos, and away they go. And they come out the end with a creditable set of plans for a reasonable house, which they can be rightly proud of. That's my land surveying one. I've talked about web crap of the week. Trebuchet. We do a project or an induction where the students have to build a trebuchet out of bamboo skewers and things. So I have these videos running in the background. There's a series of videos on trebuchets just to get ideas and things like that. Cul-de-sac design I've talked about. Physics, just a little bit on physics. Total station playlist, and TINs, obviously triangular regulated networks, which is part of the modelling package and things like that. So that's a bit of a run through of my playlists and some of the things and products that I use on my channel, and so just to give you a bit of an idea of where I am and what I do and whom I do it with, I suppose. I'm just going to go to my video manager. I did another video earlier there. Oh yes, the editors, the last one I did, that's number 5. I did earlier, well, yesterday now, but at 8:30, and then I wanted to edit a little bit out the front of it, which is what I'm also proposing to do with this one. So I had worked out how to do that, and it's in the process of editing it, and then when it's edited, I guess it'll come live. And so the same thing will happen with this one that I'm working on now. So I've been going for 38 minutes. It's 2:35, so that's 25 minutes through to the next hour, and I've had one person watching the whole time who I possibly suspect is myself, but anyway, I'm going to carry on at this point, which is good, and we'll see what happens. So let's go to stuff and see what's being said and what's happened. This is our stuff.co.nz, which is a news site that, I would say, I don't know, I use it a lot, so it's the one that I use for just the general thing. I used to get a newspaper, the Waikato Times. I probably got the Waikato Times for about 30 years delivered to my house every day, but I just stopped getting it, and now I get all my news through the internet, mostly through this site here, through Stuff, or through whale oil, which I had a look at it the last video, and it's a smaller website, but it gives I guess it's a right-wing view of things, and I have a look at some of the commentaries on that in the comments. So let's have a look here. We've got the Hurricanes are playing the Western Force, so that game's possibly still underway. And let's see what we can get there. My internet's possibly a bit slow at the moment. All right. Full scorecard here. Full time. Oh, looks like the game's over. Hurricanes win 34-12. This is rugby union that we're playing here, so pretty good result for the Hurricanes. As you can see, they've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've played 8 and won 7 and lost 1, and that's a bye that they have there, so they don't have a game that week. So yeah, they're all good. Go the Canes. Okay, they're from the essentially from Wellington area, or the franchise is based in Wellington, around the Cape Town. I was born in the Wellington area, so have some sort of affiliations with that, and so I sort of claim them when they're winning, and perhaps not so much if they're losing. I'll go back to the main thing. We just push the stuff there, and that's there. Overboard a helicopter who was last seen at 9:15. Car crashes, New Zealand dies. Nothing, not a hell of a lot happens here. Occasionally we would get a big thing here, but you can see, just pretty general sort of stuff. The Lions just been here. They've had their first game this evening. They overcome the provincial Barbarians, as you can see here. I think it was a pretty low scoring game by the things, and they only just won 13-7. That they're saying that they're a little bit lackluster. The coach of the British and Irish Lions, Warren Gatland, is actually from this area, from the Waikato region, and I actually he and I taught together for a while, possibly maybe not quite a year, it might have been over a year, but we were both at Huntley College. He taught physical education and I taught maths, and it was a very interesting and entertaining person. I think at the time he was still playing for he was still perhaps playing for Waikato, and I particularly remember that he when Waikato during his time won the Ranfurly Shield, which was a big provincial thing, and he brought the Ranfurly Shield along to school for the day, and everyone sat in the staff room with the Ranfurly Shield. Everyone got their photo taken with it and what have you. It was great. It was really great. And yeah, no, he was really good, really good person, and he took great pleasure in thrashing me at badminton on a couple of occasions. Um, yeah, I try. The first day I played him, I thought I might have had a chance, but he seemed to get better every day, and I just stayed the same. So yes, that's Warren, and his wife Trudy taught at the school that our kids went to. I think she may have been one of our kids' teachers. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. So they played quite an active role in our local community here at Ngaruawahia, and well, he was mostly based in Taupiri, but in Ngaruawahia there for a little while they were here, and yeah, well respected people within the community. So that's the Lions there, and he's the now the coach of the Lions. Probably enough about the Lions, I think. Still got my one person watching, nobody else. So it looks like yeah, I can go for another 18 minutes, perhaps. I'm not sure. So let's go up to the top here and see what we've got. Stuff. All right, so overboard in Auckland Harbour. Anything? Brumby's book finals spot. Poor lot. That might be interesting. Let's have a look. So the Brumbies took place in the Super Rugby finals. Book a place with a win over the Rebels. Okay, Super Australian Conference. So they've won the Australian Conference with a 32-3 bonus point thrashing of the Melbourne Rebels. So they will get into the finals. The whole conference system is quite difficult to understand. The New Zealand teams seem to be leading in quite a number of ways. Seem to be very prominent, and there's a chance that some of the New Zealand teams won't get into the finals, only to have their place in the finals given to teams that they are far worse, not as good as them. So it's a bit of a talking point at the moment as to what's happening and who's going on and doing this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, as we see it, a lot of the things repeat here. The Crusaders had a dramatic win over the Highlanders. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs won. Yeah, and we've got the America's Cup going on at the moment in Bermuda. The New Zealand boat seems to be holding its own for the most part, but we'll have to wait and see. As we did, we were 8-1 up last time and managed to lose from there. So it's not won until it's over. Oh, such a philosophical thing there. So there's nothing much else. Oh, we could go to opinion. We've had a look at sport. So Trump again, obviously always in the news. And the beauty of the big red chair. Graham Norton is always a popular personality here in New Zealand, and a lot of New Zealanders appear in his big red chair. Yes, that's quite a popular program. Yes. All right. So I think that's covered stuff for this at this one. So let's just have a quick look at whale oil in New Zealand. Whale oil, which is this is one I watch. So this is towards the end of the night. So usually they will put up some little videos and that are usually YouTube videos that are usually well worth looking at. So you know they sometimes they you know the people that are out and about in the internet, so find some good stuff, and they've got some interesting things. So yeah, and then the daily roundup, which is I find a lot of material from there for my web crap of the week, because they've got quite a good readership. I gather people would send stuff in, and they're you know, looking around and finding stuff, so that's a really good source. And then this quiz, which I've done in my earlier one here, is a bit of a geography lesson around New Zealand, and then they'll have a different spin on various little news items that come to the fore during the day. They're currently working on a court case against a prominent politician, Colin Craig. So that's been quite a bit of their focus recently, and so they've had to yes, things are not quite perhaps at full speed for them as they focus their attention in that area. But yeah, they have some good stuff. The face of the day or photo of the day is sometimes quite interesting as they seek out some unusual types of things that are there. So yeah, anti-fam. So these are just things that come up. So yeah, that's a bit of a flick through there. Done my YouTube, whale oil and stuff. Yeah, so I think I might have to wind it up there. Actually, I can't. Haven't got too much more that I could have a look at, really. Yep. Whale oil videos on YouTube. I think that's pretty much me. Oh, I could have a look at my channel. Oh, I don't know. People might be interested in my viewer stats. I've got maybe, what is the time? Oh, I've got 11 minutes left. So I'll maybe go up to I'll have a look at my subscriptions. Perhaps I've got a few things. I don't vet this very well, but there's some of my subscriptions there that are there, so they're reporting into there. Different ones that I look at. I quite like. I watch Casey Neistat. I'm quite interested in a lot of the stuff that he does, just from the way that he does it and the way that he obviously runs a very successful blog. And so I'm just watching for technique and some of the things he does. I have borrowed some of his stuff. Shoe on Head. I watch her videos. I was a little disappointed that that I was sort of considered old and shouldn't really be watching her videos on a little survey that she did, but I've forgiven her. And I like her. I like the way that she is very strongly opinionated and expresses her opinions in quite a good way. So I'm always keen on those. Some of these other ones I've put on, but I don't I've watched them, but I don't get out. The Engineered Truth one, yeah, they're quite good. There, Tipping Points, Rebel Media. I've sort of did watch that for a little while, but not so much these days. Although I do quite like Mark Dice. I find his style there, and you'll see that I've got the little insert in there today. I'm sort of do have a green screen, so sometime soon it could be me sitting on the top of all that material there, rather than with just in a square like that. Yeah, the other ones come up. There's a couple there. If we look down here, I've got John Oliver, I think. The 12D model, 12D trainers are always good. Brooke Godfrey's a good CAD person. A lot of my family, Casey Neistat. I do sometimes watch David Seaman, but I find his stuff pretty intense, and keeps going. Domain of Science. Oh, that's not good. So there's some ones here that throw up every now and again. Engineering Worth, Engineering Fun, Face TV New Zealand. Yeah, I did. They have a program called Stirring the Pot. I'm not quite. It started, but it doesn't seem to have been kept going. Although I know it is on TV, or not kept going free on thing. Grand Illusions. I love that. Tim with his stuff there. He's always pretty good. How to Dad is a New Zealand guy here, which is having a degree of success with some of his vlogging and things like that. Isaac, of course, is my grandson. Jeremy Fielding, I like his stuff. Jimmy Jackson, New Zealand thing, and John Caparello. I'm sort of going off him a little bit. Larry Elder, I don't know what's happened to Larry, but I do like his the way that he thinks about things. Make It Extreme, yeah, good. Mark Dice, always interesting. Marquez Brownlee, yeah, good. Max Key Vlogs, I sort of watch a little bit of his. The New Zealand, support the New Zealand one. Primitive Technology, really good. I should go through Minute Earth, excellent. Nancy Foot, not so much. Haven't watched those guys. The Oil Burner, he's a classic. He's this guy here, he's crazy, but very entertaining. Practical Engineer, President Trump, yeah, Primitive Technology is awesome. Any new stuff of his I watch. Professor Rob, a great mathematician. Ramsey Musalam, yeah, great. I like his stuff. Very thoughtful, very practical. UKIP, Nigel Farage, yeah. Shoe on Head I've talked about. Stand Up Maths, not so much. Ted, obviously. Stirring the Pot is, there's stuff on there. I quite like that. Think TV. This is A Man's World. I've been following Michelle as on her video, on the videos that she puts in. Has a great spin on engineering, the engineering world and stuff like that. So I really really recommend that. So she puts together some great little videos. I really enjoy watching them. Wintech, of course, my thing. Tube Noob, it's good. Yep. So there, I've got quite a lot of subscriptions and things there that I have a look at and what have you. So that's going in there. So let's go here. I was going to go up to my analytic. Oh, that's right. What happened there? I must have got off track somehow. Go back to my channel. Yeah, and here we go. And we click on the number up here on my views, 54,000. And then we can go to audience retention here, which is quite good. And then I go to compare metric and my views. Since you're here and watching, I've only got this one person watching the whole time. We go into lifetime. Takes a little while to calculate them all, but I can put that in there, and it slowly grinds through it all, creates a I think we'll find that it's, here it goes. Is it there? Okay, so what I can do is hit the view button and find out what are my top performing videos are. So I've got one at 6,700, which is calculating Traverse coordinates, and the 2P test for levels is coming up 5,000, and so on. So you can see which who's watching which videos and things like that, which is always a bit of fun. I also can work out geography, where they are. So click the geography button and you'll obviously see that most of my viewers are from New Zealand, and most of them are probably my students. And then United States, Australia, India, United Kingdom, and so on and so on, down through there. So if anyone's watching, that's all well and good. So and then we can sort of have a look at dates and things like that. So that's what day did I have the most views ever. That'll take a while to grind out, it's hopefully coming. There it is. 328 was my best day on the 4th of September 2016. I don't know why that is, what's significant about that day, but that was my best day by almost 100 views. So and then 200. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 200 view days, like that there, and nothing so far in 2017. 166 is my coming up here. So again, 2017, my best day 2017 looks like 146 on May the 13th. And then there's nothing. Oh, hang on, May the 9th. Hang on, hold the phone. May the 9th, 153. So that's my best day so far this year. So next semester I spend more time in the CAD room, so should get a few more views in there. So that's all good there. That gives me the my best days, and then I can if I just click over here, I can just get it to sort on dates. That's from 2013. So let's go the other way around, and we can just see what's been happening recently there with dates and times. And then once we've got that there, we'll move on. You can see the average percentage views around about 29. So most people watch my videos for about 3 minutes 28. before they have to turn them off and get sick of them and go and do something else. So so here is this. We're still. So here we are. May the 7th. Okay. Must have to go up a page. Why? That's funny how it did that. Okay, so here we go. June the 1st. So they're usually a couple of days behind. So we're on to June the 4th now here in New Zealand. And yeah, I'm going for. So there's my viewing numbers. Oops, it's just decided to move. So 79, 60, 120. So at the moment, I'm probably averaging up around about 100 a day, maybe 90 to 100 a day, or perhaps less. So that's there. My total. The totals in here are always different. So my total, I think, if I go back to my channel, I think my total there is around about 54,066. 157 subscribers, 54,066. So I'm hoping. I don't think I'm going to get 100,000 this year, but certainly probably by this time next year, I would be hoping that I had around 100,000 views, and perhaps more than one person watching my live streams. So I'm going to call it all quits there. I'm going to go with the large screen with chat. If you are viewing, thank you very much. I'm going to go and finish the stream now. Cheers. See you.